Namaskar. I am Dr. Nalini Avinash Wagmare, working as assistant professor at Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapith, Pune. Today, our topic is nationalist historiography. So, what is nationalist historiography? The nationalist historiography meaning is that the search for national identity, imperial attack on Indian culture and civilization. In imperial historiography, we find that most of the British historians they underestimate the Indian culture, tradition, and history and all other things, and they have wrote about Indian culture in a prejudice mindly. So at that time, the national historians arise in India, and they given the answers to British historians. So that's why the meaning of nationalist historiography is that Indian nationalist historiography, growing partly in reaction to the pretensions and prejudice of British imperialist historiography on India, was at root concerned with national identity in pre-colonial period. So here the basic main thing is to give answers to the imperialist historians. Then nationalist historiography. The Indian historians, through their writings, made efforts to raise patriotic feeling among the Indians. They presented glorious past of the country before the people. They put their achievement before the world that India was culturally as well as social developed in the ancient time. If we study the ancient Indian history in pre-Vedic, this Vedic period, the even later Vedic period, then this epic period, then Mauryan Gupta's period, we find we have a rich culture, rich tradition, and so many good points we find in Indian culture and traditions. So most of these nationalist historians writing about the our past rich culture, revive and rewriting, and show the world, show the British historians our culture is also more superior than your culture. So historians like K.P. Jaiswal, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Raj Narayan Ghosh, Chandranath Basu, even Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Swami Vivekanand, many authors recalled the past glory of India. Even Swami Dayanand Saraswati again in his Satyartha Prakasha he mentioned that to go back to the Vedas. Then R.C. Dutt, Dr. Mukherjee, S.P. Sen raised patriotic feelings among the Indians through their writing various books on various topics. Then some historians, R.G. Bhandaka, the early history of the Deccan. This book give information about the Indian culture and tradition, but related to the uh, Deccan history. Then K.P. Jaiswal, the Hindu polity, as well as R.H.C. Rai Chaudhary's political history of ancient India, J.N. Sarkar history of Aurangzeb, Shivaji and his times, how glorious Shivaji period in Maratha state. So through their writing, they have mentioned that one. Then R.C. Majumdar history and culture volumes also give us a lot of information about this India. Then Tara Chand, influence of Islam on Indian culture. So these writings give a very beautiful Indian culture and traditions and many other matters. Then few historians highlighted here, only few historians writings. Then if we take the example of Sir Jatuna Sarkar, he was a prolific writer and works produced by him were of great quality and standards. He chiefly concentrated his attention on Mughal period, Marathas and general studies. His works, while we study India of Aurangzeb, History of Aurangzeb 5 volume, The Fall of the Mughal Empire 4 volumes, then Shivaji and His Times, which is in English book, that is very interesting one. Then House of Shivaji, Military History of the India, History of Bengali, no document, no history mentioned there. He laid great stress on original sources, history of Bengal. Basically, Jaduna Sarkar, when we study history writings, he always refer the document. That's why he stated no document, no history. He laid great stress on original sources and wished that history should be completely based on facts. Tilakar stated his methods of research can be summarized in 4 words: cartography, identification, chronology, and corroboration. He decided to make history readable, attractive, fascinating, condemn scissor and gum bottle type of research. It means copy and paste type of research. The style is easy, natural, and appealing, and present the drama vividly before the eyes of the people in a very detailed and systematic writing we find in his writings. Then another great historian, R.C. Manjumdar, is one of the well-known historians who touch every aspect of ancient Indian history. His writings cover. If today I want to give any book author's name to my student to study ancient Indian history, I basically prefer this R.C. Manjumdar books because a lot of contribution done by him. His writings cover not only ancient history of India but also medieval and modern periods of Indian history. As a result, he has called as an institution in himself. He was edited History and Culture of Indian People by Vidya Bharati, Vidya Bhavan, New Delhi. 11 volumes are available in all over India in so many libraries, and these books are give us a detailed information of ancient, medieval, and modern period. He was also a president of All Indian History Congress, vice president of International Commission set up by the UNESCO to edit the history of mankind. So, such a great historian contributed a lot to history, and they love their nation and they have wrote in detail with referring original sources and with research point of view. Then Arsum Manjumdar's other works are Advanced History of India, History of Freedom Movement, History of Bengal, Historiography of Modern India, Ancient India, Classical Account of India. He was a historian who adopted objectivity in his writings. He held that a historian should base his works on a record true history. That is stated by R.C. Manjumdar. Through his writings, he contributed a lot to history under the nationalist history. Then G.S. Sardesai, Govind Sakaram Sardesai, popularly known as Riyasat. He was the first Indian writer, a comprehensive history written by Marathas, Maratha history both in Marathi and English language. His works, historical genealogies, main currents in Maratha history, new history of the Marathas in 3 volumes, and he also edited Paramananda Kavya Kavindram and Shivaji Souvenir. Then other works of R.C. Manjumdar Sir Desai's are Nana Sahib Peshwa Charitram, Musalmani Riyasat in 2 volumes, Marathi Riyasat in 8 volumes, British Riyasat first and third, second. Selection from Peshwa Daftar 45 volumes are also there. Madaji Sinde and Chi Kagad Patra. Desai did not allow caste or religion to influence in his historical writings. He strictly observed objectivity and impartiality in his writings. Sir Desai is the first, and it would not be wrong to say the only Marathi writer who have given us a cognate history of the Marathas. He has paved the path for posterity to follow. So he was a great, his famous books of Marathi Riyasat, Musalmani Riyasat still used by the most of the historians. Through his writings, medieval and Maratha history, he contributed to awaken the nationalism among the people at the time and show the British historians to know Indian culture and literature and tradition also. Then while we are studying the South Indian history at that time, K. Nilakanta Shastri name is very famous, and he was born in 1982 at Tiruvannalai. He had a good command over Sanskrit. He has keen interest in South Indian history. Without, if I want to know South Indian history, we have to refer the Nilakanta Shastri's book first. So his books are related to the Cholas, Pandya Kingdom, history of India. History of South India is very famous all over the world. When you want to know any South Indian history related to Chola, Chera, Pandya or Sangam literature, you can refer the book of Nilakanta Shastri. Then development of religion in South India, foreign notices of South India, comprehensive history of India. Shastri much interest in ancient Indian history and culture, but he believed that the study of South Indian history was very essential for proper understanding of ancient Indian history. What happened in ancient Indian history, Mauryas, Guptas, and we study those things. We are neglected Vakatakas, Yadavas, Satavahanas, and Chola, Chera, Pandyas, and other. So that time in his views, he mentioned that to complete the Indian history, it is necessary to south, north, east, west. Then only we consider as a one nationalist history. So through his South Indian history writing, he enriched the Indian national history writing. Then what were the weaknesses of this or critical assessment of Indian nationalist historiographies? First of all, weakness of nationalist historiography is engaged in eager search for national identity by meeting European uh, charges against Indian life and culture, at times betrayed a complex lack of historical propriety, lack of culture, lack of pro- propriety assumed various forms, some of which being inseparable from its nature and content have already emerged in the account given so far. The methodological defects we find in while we are studying the nationalist historiography. National historiography in India as elsewhere was sometimes guilty of methodological lapse, of deviation from the ideal of objectivity, which is the narrow of all true history. It is the inevitable result of making history provide service for current issues. To prove the existence of responsible government in ancient India, Jaiswal put new interpretation on words and passage in inscription and literary text. Then with this history also some scholars, historians called in a different view, and they have called this a chauvinistic claims, that is from patriotism to chauvinism is but a step. If the imperialist historians were prone to see everything bad in the Indian past, some of their nationalist counterparts betrayed a tendency to see everything good in it. Emotion and sentiment whispered the place of reason and detachment, balance, prosperity, and objectivity all became a causality. There was a unashed glorification of the ancient Indian past. This was in part of reaction to the criticism of Mill and other writers, and in part in a necessary step in building of national self-respect. The glorious past was also a compensation for the humiliating present. The Indian origin of Aryans, the pre-Harappan antiquity of the Vedic culture, denial of foreign influence of Indian civilization, superiority of what was thought to be the essential spiritual quality of Indian culture and art to the essential materialistic culture and art of the West, and the existence from earliest times of political unity based on cultural unity were all part of this glorification. The deep conviction in India's past glory sometimes lead historians to stretch their arguments to obnoxious and ridiculous extent. Such is Jaiswal's assertion of the existence in ancient India of constitutional monarchy, parliamentary government, voting of grants, and address from the throne. Such again was the claim that ancient India did not lag far behind modern Europe in scientific achievements. We are informed that there were firearms and aeroplanes in the age of the epics, means they have more these things involved in their writings. Even self-contradiction also find in the nationalist historiography. Nationalist historians could at times be seen asserting or justifying contradictory position, military power, and the values of non-violence, democratic tradition, and those of imperial glory, the spiritual superiority of Hinduism, and the worthlessness of ancient Indians, and the high status of women in Vedic period and their selected life and position of inferiority of social, economic, and religious uh, moral grounds. So this self-contradiction we find in nationalist historiography. Then communalism, byproduct of nationalist historiography, but one which had dangerous potentialities was communalism. Sensational accounts drawn by Hindu historians on heroic struggles of the Rajputs, the Marathas, and the Sikhs against the Muslim were a challenge which Muslim historians could hardly afford to miss. It became such that the friend of the Hindu automatically became the enemy of the Muslim, and vice versa. Enmity was fanned by drama, poetry, and novels. Communalism, which was to divide the country, had its roots in the writing of history too. So this is the one defects we find in the nationalist historians. Then what were the strength of these nationalist historians? Uh, while we are studying the strength of the nationalist historians, stimulate of historical studies, the weakness of national historiography should not blind us to its positive side. Had the author of the Vande Mataram lived for 3 or 4 more decades, he would have been happily surprised at the number of his fellow countrymen engaged in the grand gist of their country's past. Historical study in India received its great impetus from the sentiments of nationalism. Uh, this was because the nationalist his spirit disclosed, as in European in 19th century, one of the practical use of history, the Indian South, the key of their national development not in the immediate but in the remoter past. By supplying a powerful motive for historical investigation, the national spirit quickened the work of historical research. To meet the imperious challenge, the Indian servants plunged themselves into study of resources, and the India was rich in a raw historical materials, monuments, epics, coins, and a variety of literary sources. Armed with the newly equipped information, they proceed with the zeal of users to refute the Western charges against their nation and culture. Their researchers opened the vast vistas of India's hoary past, and the newfound treasury in its turn filled the mind of the Indians with national pride, enriched nationalism itself, and quickened the struggle for freedom. So this was the work done by the nationalist historians. Then work done by many historians, R.C. Datta's Civilization in Ancient India, also, these historians were contributed a lot to write the history. Even it's a growth of interest in regional and local history writing also started through this when the Bengal history, Marathas history, South Indian history started. So automatically the regional history and local history writing also started. Even the economic history also started. For example, William Dwee's Prosperity British India, Dadabhai Nauroji, Ramesh Chandra Dutt work also, even the Ramesh Chandra Dutt's 2 volumes Economic History of India also give us information about the economic and cultural history. In this period, cultural history also started, and Atlas of the Mughal Empire history books also started. Cambridge Economic History of India also writing started at this time. So here we find that uh, the main thing of this Indian nationalist historiography contributed to write the Indian history in glory, past, culture, tradition, heritage in a detailed manner, which automatically helped the nationalist. When the national movement took place in India, at that time they refer this one and nationalism created among the Indian people. Only one defect we find that they more appreciate their culture, tradition, and love towards their country in these writings. So this is the brief information about the nationalist historiography. Thank you, Thank you very much.